Welcome, Gen Xers. Time to gather our thoughts about the topics that shaped our generation. One topic that marked our generation was racial diversity and the shift into pop culture and TV. The late 1970s and the 1980s marked a period of significant change in American society. And, television, a powerful medium reflecting the nation's cultural landscape, was transforming alongside it. This era witnessed a growing awareness of social issues, including racial diversity, and a push for greater representation of minority communities. Television, once dominated by predominantly white casts and storylines in prior decades, began to grapple with the expansion of a diversifying nation. This period saw the emergence of shows that broke ground and featured characters of color in more prominent and nuanced roles, challenging the status quo and paving the way for a more diverse television landscape. The seeds of change were sown in the years leading up to this era. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s had sparked a national conversation about race and equality, leading to increased visibility for minorities in various spheres of public life. Television, initially slow to reflect this societal shift, gradually began to respond to the changing demographics and cultural consciousness of the nation. The late 1960s and early 1970s witnessed the emergence of shows like Julia and Sanford and Son, which, while groundbreaking in their own right, often relied on stereotypical portrayals of minority characters. However, the late 1970s and 80s promised a different kind of representation. This era saw a conscious effort to move beyond tokenism and explore the multifaceted experiences of people of other races with greater depth and authenticity. It was a period of experimentation as networks grappled with the challenges and opportunities presented by a more diverse viewership. The television landscape of 1977 to 1989 was not perfect. However, it represented a significant departure from the homogeneity of earlier decades. It was a time of both progress and growing pains, as television attempted to reconcile its entertainment value with its potential for social commentary. This era laid the groundwork for the more racially diverse television landscape we see today. Amidst the familiar landscape of predominantly white sitcoms and dramas, a new wave of television shows emerged, showcasing the faces of a changing America. Good Times, a spin-off of the popular Maude, offered a glimpse into the lives of a black family navigating the challenges of poverty and prejudice in Chicago's projects. The show tackled sensitive issues like racism, unemployment, and other cultural challenges, offering a stark contrast to the often sanitized portrayals of black life in earlier sitcoms. The Jeffersons, another spin-off, this time from All in the Family, followed the successful black family as they moved from Queens to a deluxe apartment in Manhattan. The show explored themes of class, social mobility, and interracial relationships, challenging stereotypes and highlighting the complexities of black identity in a rapidly changing society. The late 1970s saw the debut of Different Strokes, a sitcom that tackled the sensitive subject of transracial adoption. The show revolved around a wealthy white widower who adopts two young black boys from Harlem. While praised for its diverse casting, Different Strokes also faced criticism for its reliance on stereotypical tropes and its simplistic handling of complex racial dynamics. However, it was exploring the possibility of racial integration. The 1980s ushered in a new wave of shows that continued to push boundaries. Fame, set in a performing arts high school in New York City, featured a diverse cast of talented young actors, singers, and dancers from various racial and ethnic backgrounds. The show celebrated the power of art to transcend cultural differences and highlighted the struggles and triumphs of aspiring artists from all walks of life. While the inclusion of diverse characters in these shows was a significant step forward, the nature and extent of their representation varied considerably. In some instances, characters of other races were relegated to supporting roles, often serving as sidekicks or confidants to the white leads. Yet in other cases, minorities were given more relevance. These characters, while present, many times were not given complex storylines or fully developed personalities. Yet they were being included opposed to ignored like in preceding decades. However, certain shows broke new ground by featuring minority characters in leading roles, allowing for a more nuanced exploration of their experiences and perspectives. The Cosby Show, which premiered in 1984, shattered ratings records and became a cultural phenomenon. The show's depiction of an affluent black family challenged prevailing stereotypes and offered a refreshing and relatable portrayal of black middle-class life. Despite its popularity, The Cosby Show sparked debate about its representation of race. Critics argued that the show's focus on an upper-middle-class family presented an unrealistic and sanitized view of Black America, ignoring the very real struggles faced by many Black communities. Others lauded the show for its positive portrayal of Black families and its ability to challenge negative stereotypes. Despite the limitations and criticisms, the rise of minority representation on television during this period had a profound impact on the cultural landscape. It signaled a growing awareness of the importance of racial diversity, challenging viewers to confront their own biases and expand their understanding of the world around them. The television shows of this era, while often entertaining, also served as a reflection of the evolving social and political landscape of the time. Change did not happen overnight. Television shows of this period, whether intentionally or not, often reflected some societal tensions still existent during Gen X years. Good Times, with its depiction of a struggling Black family in the Chicago projects, offered a glimpse into the realities of poverty and racism. The Jeffersons, while celebrating Black upward mobility, also highlighted the challenges faced by Black families navigating predominantly white spaces in a bright light. Yet, its impact was more racial awareness and diversity. Hill Street Blues, a groundbreaking police drama that premiered in 1981, offered a gritty and realistic portrayal of urban life, exploring issues of crime, poverty, and racial profiling. The show's diverse cast of characters, including several prominent Black and Latino officers, allowed for a nuanced exploration of race and law enforcement in a rapidly changing urban environment. In contrast, shows like Miami Vice, A Different World, and Chico and the Man portrayed lead characters from minorities in a positive light. Other examples include The A-Team, Facts of Life, and The Love Boat, which portrayed minority characters in a positive light. There you have it. Racial diversity did boom during the Gen X years. Though a bumpy road, it broke ground to be one of the most diverse decades, followed by the 1990s. What was your experience? Did these shows influence your opinion and perspective of other races? We want to hear from you. If you liked today's video, smash that like button, and if you enjoy our videos, you would honor us by subscribing to our channel to be notified of new videos. You are truly appreciated. Remember, we are part of the greatest generation ever, Generation X. Keep being awesome, stay healthy, and God bless.